All right, so excited to talk to you all. Thank you, Lifeway, for asking me to speak. I will try to be compliant. I'm kidding, I will. All right, guys, before I dive in with you, I just want to get your mindset a little correct here. This is not about hype. If you've actually heard me speak, I'm not really a hype girl. I'm more of a straight shooter. So this isn't about who's excited or who likes the idea of the business. It's more today about making a decision because there's a very clear, distinct difference before one-star director and after, right? Before, you're participating. After one-star director, you're really leading it, right? So today's about going from being a participant to being a leader. So, and some of you are very capable, right? But you're still operating this business like a participant in a business that rewards leaders, in a business that rewards you so much more as a professional. So I'm so excited they got some of my little icons on there. I'm very aggressive with like fun icons, so just enjoy my emojis. So I want you guys today to choose your belief statement, and I have a few on there. For me, it was from participating to I run this. Right, like decide what you're doing after today. Or let's say you are a one-star director, but maybe you haven't really been owning your business like a one-star director. Maybe you're even a one-star presidential and you've kind of taken a back seat because you're like, things are good. Today's a different day. Today you're making a decision, you're moving forward. So maybe it's from participating to I run this. Maybe it's from following the system to leading it. Maybe it's from learning the business to running the business, whatever it may be. Choose what you're walking out of here with, right? Because it's about deciding and taking forward action. So there's two phases here that I want to talk about. Learning and momentum phase, right? That first 90 days that we talk about, like those exciting few, runs that we have, right? We talk about sprinting and taking those big sprints. And in the beginning, you're super excited, you're running, right? That's your learning and momentum phase. So you're learning the system, you're observing leadership, right? You're building confidence, you're practicing conversations, right? You're practicing getting told no and finding out what works for you. And then you shift into one-star director, and this is where leadership and leverage comes in, right? You're starting to model leadership daily. You're becoming a leader. You're creating momentum, not just activity, okay? So this is the difference. You're understanding at this point that your behavior sets the culture, right? We were talking, Javi was talking about it earlier, and he was talking about the leader that they didn't want, right? That Javi and Olga said, I don't want that as a leader. Right? So think about it. What kind of leader do you want? Be that leader. Be the leader you dream of if you don't have that leader. Be that person. Be that best version of yourself. And that's where leadership kicks in here. Actually, let me go back. So like I said, your behavior is going to set the culture. Expect your business to look like you. If you want an amazing brand partner that calls 10 people a day, what do you think you should do? There we go, right? Think of that as leadership as well. Be the best brand partner that you dream of and be the best leader that you dream of having. If you don't have it, be that person. Be that role model for everybody else. So the problem is, he's so cute, when someone stays in the participant phase long after they've outgrown it. And own that if you are there. It's okay. Talk to your upline and say, hey, I feel like I've outgrown this phase, but I haven't made the shift yet. Now is time to make that big shift here. So here, and I want you to understand, yes, one-star director unlocks more money, but more importantly, you're unlocking leverage here. You have a higher earning potential. You have mentor matching, which is huge. This is the game changer, and you're going to hear a little bit about this next with Matt, right? You have deeper leadership support, and when I say that, it's because, right, as leaders, we have to protect and preserve our time so we focus on the people that are running, right, and the people that want to build. People ask me, how do you decide where your time goes? And I'm like, I don't decide, my team decides. I have a booking link. So I know who wants to run and who doesn't because I see their name on my calendar. It's very obvious, right? Residual income is tied to leadership development. So that's why I'm saying that. Like, my time goes to exactly who wants my time from them. So, and this is the best part when it comes to jumping to one-star director and above, is a portion of my income in particular does not come from me working harder. Again, it does not come from that. It's playing a business much more smarter, right? Like you play chess, right? And chess is very strategic. This is the same thing. You're duplicating your leadership style on other people. And it comes from leaders that have developed people that now lead, right? We don't want to develop people that are dependent on us. We want to develop people that will teach other people how to lead. And that goes back to being the leader you want if you don't have that person. So mentor matching is where effort stops being so linear and it starts compounding more. So what you're looking for leaders, people with a positive mindset, problem solvers, people who want to grow. Do not chase somebody if they don't want to grow. Let them be. Don't let them. Why are you chasing them? You have to protect your energy. You have to protect your resources. You are of value. You create what people perceive your value to be. That's what you've created. So if they're wasting your time, that's because you allowed it. Okay? You're not looking for toxic energy. You're not looking for chronic negativity. You're not looking for the victims, right? Right? And there's people. Look, we're in the people business. You're going to get them. You're going to get them. You're going to get the great ones, and you're also going to get the bad ones. It's okay. We can say that. It's true. Right? Just like we have them in our family. Love you, if you're watching. You know who you are, right? And then we have the needers. Ooh, oh, God, and I put that in bold because I'm going to talk about needers. Now, and I'm going to say one thing before I get into this. Needers are not bad people, okay? They are not bad people. Just want to say that out loud. They are just, they're not leaders, right? And I'm going to tell you a little about them. Leaders are not bad people. Like I said, they're just dangerous to your business. They're dangerous to your momentum because they're pulling you down. If I'm standing on a chair, is it easier for me to pull you up or is it easier for you to pull me down? Right? So that's where leaders are. Leaders are people that refuse to present. They're refusing to take ownership of their business. Okay? They refuse to use the resources. When I have somebody that claims to be a leader and they ask me a question that is in our system or is on the back office resources, I say, go to the resources. And if they say where, I don't even answer them. I don't. You can figure it out. You're 42 years old. I've given you the documents. I've given you the resources. Come on, right? Like, guys, we're not babysitters. I'm not driving a school bus. I'm driving a rocket ship. I want you guys to get in the rocket ship. So once you get to that one-star director level and above, you got to remember, you got to protect your time, you got to protect your energy, and it's focusing on the right people. Whether they're walking, they're running, you know who they are. All right, elevating what a one-star director is. And guys, this isn't about the compensation plan. Now, the compensation plan is great and what unlocks is great, but I want you guys to mentally elevate what a one-star director is. This person has now mastered the fundamentals of the business. They understand the resources. They use the resources. They understand and protect their time, their energy. They lead by example, by still remaining coachable. I'm still taking notes up here. All the leaders in the front are still taking notes. You have to remain coachable as a leader. We're always reading, sharing information, right? And you choose leadership intentionally, not accidentally. It's not like you tripped and fell like, oh, crap, I'm a leader. Right? Like you choose that with intention. I mean, maybe somebody did. I don't know, not me. So this rank doesn't mean you finish learning, right? You're still learning. It just means that you're learning and growing at the same time. Like, I don't know if there's any lawyers or doctors in here, but how many people in here, can you imagine if you asked your friends that are lawyers and doctors and said, hey, would you rather make money the day you start law school? Or would you rather wait till you graduate and pass the bar exam and get a job as a lawyer? I'll take the money now, right? That's the same thing here, guys. You're learning as you're growing. You don't have to be a know-it-all. You just have to be open to continually learning. So we lead while we learn, and we protect time like pros. We never pretend to know everything. And this is what I like to call as a one-star director code. There's certain principles that I would like to get you guys to understand. So you can screenshot some of this because I'm going to swing through some of it, but this is your code of what I want you guys to understand as a one-star director and above. Lead while we learn, we protect time like pros. And when I say we protect time like pros, that kind of goes back to what I was saying. You know who your leaders are, you know who wants your time, you know who values your time, you know who's utilizing the resources efficiently. If you have a system and you've already taught them that, they're executing the system, right? Those are the people you want to spend your time with, right? We build leaders, not needers. You don't need a dependent. You don't get a tax break on them, okay? If we did, that would be great. Then I would tell you to have them, right? So strong leaders create more leaders. And that's why sometimes these seasoned network marketers do so well, because they've had their bumps, their bruises, and they understand that they can't waste time with the leaders anymore. I'm not a seasoned network marketer. I had to learn a lot of the hard way, and I did waste time with a lot of people. And they're great people. They were great people, but I had to focus my time and energy on the people that wanted to run. We set the standard through our behavior. So what is your business reflecting back to you? Because your business is a reflection of you as a leader. If it's growing, then that's great. If you're struggling right now, not that that says that you're a horrible leader, but what are your leaders doing? Are they duplicating what you're doing? You know, are you communicating like Jay spoke about? And I was so sad I had to go backstage and not finish hearing you. But are you guys communicating with your team? Because you need to communicate your system, whatever it may be. You know, on some people's teams, they follow a very specific system. Other people's teams, they don't have a system at all. Find your system. You need it. You want to empower people to think, present, and lead for themselves. We choose energy that builds, and we lead with ownership. So when I say we choose energy that builds, we're growing with growth-minded people. We protect the culture. We avoid toxicity. I unfortunately had somebody in my business, and it wasn't going well. They were not healthy for my organization. I had to step away from that person. And it was hard. But I had to protect the culture of my business. And sometimes it takes one bad apple that can ruin a business. Do not feel like you have to cater to somebody that is putting you down or putting your team down because they're in your team. You can step away from that. You don't need toxicity in your organization. And we lead with ownership. We take responsibility for our results. If you didn't earn a trip, it is nobody else's fault but yours. You can't be like, oh, well, you know, I kind of try, but, you know, it's just other people, and it's my kids. They have soccer. Honey, they've had soccer every day on Saturday, for 3 years. Nothing's changed. Take some ownership, okay? We adjust. We move forward. Leaders own their outcomes, right? Like we had a new compensation plan change. I told my team, look, for some of you did better. Some of you did worse. Whatever it may be, move on from it. It's time to move on. We're in January 2026. Let's keep it going. We lead with ownership. We keep it simple and duplicatable. I know a lot of leaders come up here. They talk about leading with simplicity. There's a reason you want to lead with simplicity. There's a reason. If you are on a call and you're saying photobiomodulation, you're going to lose 99.9% of people. I couldn't say it. I'm also Arabic, and I was scared I would say photobomination, and that's not good when you're half Arabic. So I couldn't say it. I was horrified. Just say it. TSA, I'm sorry. We lead, we build with vision and lead for legacy, right, guys? We're not here for short-term gains. We're here for long-term gains. So yes, you're going to go through seasons that are good. You're going to go through seasons that are bad. It's okay. As long as you're building with clarity and patience and purpose, we're prioritizing that long-term residual income. Unfortunately, Joe and I were in Italy, and there was an accident, and he was really hurt. I had to be in a hospital with him for about a month, and I couldn't work. He was in a lot of pain, and I had to be there. And that whole month, I still made the same amount of money I make every month. Think about that blessing. That's because I had long-term vision. I didn't have short-term goals, and I taught my team to have long-term vision. Just because I don't work, why would my leaders say, oh, I'm not going to work today? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, Mark Hernandez is my upline. He's amazing, Mike and Sahi. If they decide to go on a month-long trip, I'm not going to say, oh, okay, I'm not going to work, right? So you guys got to remember, people that are building in this business, if you're a leader, you're building with long-term purpose in your business because we're building something that lasts, right? Are we building something that lasts, guys, here? Right? It's amazing. Okay. And most importantly, too, as I'm closing some of this stuff up, I'm not closing up. Don't get that excited. I'm not getting off stage yet. You're stuck. We lead from the room. We go to event, right? We attend events because leaders, they put themselves in environments that expand belief. Like, how many people have left an event and they're just so excited and they believe more in the product and they hear David talk, and even though I don't understand half of what he says, I'm excited and I believe more, and I'm like, wow, that guy is smart. I have no idea what he's talking about, but wow, I believe in him, right? You lead from the room. Events create energy, right? And you then have the opportunity to take that energy and shift it into action. But if you never attend the events, you don't have the opportunity to be a part of the energy. You don't get to, see the right people. Your environment decides who you will be. Your environment decides. So if you're in a room and you're the most powerful, smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You're not going to grow. I want to be the dumbest, lowest paid person in the room because the only way I'm going to grow and make more money and become a better person is by being with better people. You got to think, if you're in those rooms, you want to be in rooms that expand you. I don't know if anybody knows the show Landman, but there's this incredible moment where this woman has to walk into a room with a bunch of sharks. And she was horrified to essentially speak. She didn't know what to say. She didn't have her moment with her of saying, I'm just bold. I'm feeling bold right now. And some days, we all wake up and we don't feel bold. And she had to find what was in her to go out there and speak boldly on that stage and tell those people that she was taking lead and charge. So I want you guys to understand, is getting in a room that makes you uncomfortable will make you grow. It made her grow in that moment. She had no choice but to be bold in that moment. And you will meet new people and you will rub elbows with the right people. But attending these events, you get to meet all these great speakers. Look how comfortable and cozy this room is. At most conventions, you don't get this. You don't get to bump elbows with all these people. This is amazing. So start shifting the rooms that you're in and make sure you're leading from the room, attending events. Corporate has incredible events all the time. Our team, I'm a part of a fairly large group. This is it, team. We have events all the time. So if you don't have events, attend our events. If there's an event that's hosted by another LifeWave sponsor in the area, attend the event. Hang out with these people. Get in the room. It's going to help you. So guys, I have a 1-star commitment for you guys. You guys are gonna have to speak it out loud. Even if you're a 1-star presidential, you're a 3-star manager, whatever it is, we're gonna speak this together. I spent some time on this, so y'all are gonna participate. Okay. All right, so if you guys want, why don't we stand up and we'll do it together. Happy family time. All right, so I'll say some, you guys say some, all right? As a 1-star director, I commit to living boldly and leading boldly. I choose ownership over excuses. Clarity over chaos. And leadership over comfort. I will protect my time and energy. Y'all are really good, by the way. Okay. Lead by example. While continuing to learn and develop leaders, not dependents. I commit to making courageous decisions, having honest conversations, and showing up consistently even when it's uncomfortable. I build simply, mentor intentionally, and lead with integrity. I do not wait to be ready. I lead while I grow. This is how I live boldly. This is how I lead. All right. Good job. I love it. You guys did really good. Really, really good. Okay, closing up, guys. This business does not need more spectators. Who thinks this business needs more spectators? No, it doesn't. It needs leaders willing to be seen, willing to be uncomfortable, willing to grow out loud, make mistakes out loud, right? Because we're not perfect. I promise you, although it may seem that way, I am not a perfect leader. One-star directors is where leadership gets rewarded. We all want to get rewarded financially, personally, mentally, emotionally, not because you know everything, right? We don't. Not because that's because you choose ownership. So today and every day moving forward, guys, I want you to make this decision to move forward. If you guys are going to make this decision to that commitment that you said out loud to step into it, I want you guys to say, I am. All right, guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much.